This is Meteor, which is a very stylish looking tug built by Tyler Wilson, steel work, fit out by a company called Dursley and Hurst. And it's been partially refitted since by Wharf House Narrowboats at Braunston. And that's Bertie the dog. Don't quite know how he got in the act, but returning to the boat, you've got this lovely tug deck here. And looking forwards, you can see lots of really sturdy, rugged fittings on this, sort of make it look like an industrial feel to it. BCN style tug. It's the headlight mounted on that tripod that's welded to the front of the deck. Gas locker. You can see there in the bow that contains two 13 kilo cylinders. And then you drop down through the hatchway into the deck, and these hatchways they're on rollers. I mean, you can just do it with your little finger if you want. Not the all too common wrestling match with some hatches. In the saloon, you can see you've got freestanding furniture. Currently, two extremely comfy chairs. I can tell you that because I sat on one of them whilst I took part of this video to show the television screen and stuff off. And you have a table in between as well. Radiator you see there is one of 5, I think, on this boat, all powered by a very modern, highly efficient Aldi Compact 3 100 unit, I think they're called. Very efficient, much more efficient than the older Aldi gas boilers, and very clever as too. They plug into the electric and become electrically driven rather than gas if you're on a landline. As you can see there, under the tug deck, loads of cupboard space, washing machine on one side, plenty other. Also under the tug deck, you've got a very large water tank, don't precisely know the capacity, and also the effluent tank for the macerator loo is there too. Coming into the galley, you've got side doors on both sides here, granite worktops, underslung stainless steel sink, gas cooking, 4-burner hob there with an oven and separate grill underneath, lots of cupboard and drawer space too. More here. And below this you have a decent sized fridge unit as well. And there is the fridge. Next up is a walk-through bathroom with a really decent sized bath in it and a shower overhead. You can quite happily sit in that and bathe. It's not like a hip bath. Countertop, rather stylish ceramic basin there too. And in its own separate cabin you have the pump out loo. It's a neat installation that. Normally the loo forms part of the bathroom, it's not separated off like that. In here is a dinette. Now there's no permanent double on this boat, but this makes into a double, and I have to say if it were my boat, and each to their own, I would leave this permanently set up as a double berth in its own cabin. I can't see why not. You've got a second television there, by the way. You probably caught sight of the larger flat screen that's built into the sitting room area. And here is the engine, a magnificent Gardner 2LW. It dates from 1954. Very popular 2-cylinder vintage engine, not least because there's a host of spares still available for them. And Gardner built such reliable workhorses. They're sort of, Mercedes of their type. All the electrical controls here and the central heating too. There's a 2.5 kilowatt inverter down here, which is also a 120 amp battery charger. There are 4 135 amp domestic batteries installed on this boat, so that's more than enough power to keep you happily on the move. Finally, you have this aft cabin. It's not a boatman's cabin. You have 2 single berths either side. They're full length, 6'3". Once again, you have wardrobe space in here and more cabin space. You can see either side of the cabin there where you come in through the door. Closed drawers here. And finally, out onto the stern. This is the view from the helmsman's position. It's a 62-foot boat, so it's good size, but will go most places. For a brochure, a photo gallery and a layout plan, do go to rugbyboats.co.uk.